Hello beautiful humans, my name is Puddin, and this is my journey of the Florida Trail. If you like what you see, please like, subscribe, and share along.
So what was your crimes?
Not taking the red lines.
I began my journey on January 19th, 2023 in Fort Pickens, Florida, going southbound.
Oh, baby.
I took it nice and slow the first few days and enjoyed the beach and different scenery. My journey is slightly different since I decided to continue my footpath from the Canadian border. I was embracing the aches and pains and gave full trust in my body. I quickly realized starting another thru hike is the most unexpected moments that remind me I'm right where I belong and how everything happens for a reason, and every day holds some sort of magical moment along with some sort of life lesson.
Every time I start to get discouraged or lose a little faith in this world, there's something that's brought to my attention to remind me to always search for the good in people.
As my journey continues, I continue to find the gratitude and joy in the small and most simple things in life. By the third day on trail, I was embracing the rain and quickly got over the fear of stealth camping as it became more interesting, risky, bold, and public, and getting kicked out of places just made a good laugh. And I slowed down just in time for the Bama team to reunite and hike some miles together. Sometimes we don't even realize the impact we have on others and how meeting hikers on trail quickly become family, and the experiences we create are life-changing and memories that will last forever.
Ooh, happy day on the Florida Trail. I just made it back to the fork where I hiked the Florida Connector Trail. I came that way last time, so I've officially connected my footsteps. And here we go, baby. And a side note, one thing about Florida is wet feet.
Day 5 on the Florida Trail, I said my goodbyes to my people and continued on solo, embracing the flooded trail, some night hiking, and taking advantage of town food. I quickly realized how wet Florida actually is and how making time to stop, let your feet breathe, and change socks is so important. I made my way through a beautiful section of East Elgin where I hiked through a military base. This section requires a free permit that you can get online at elgin.isportsman.net, and make sure and check for the closures.
Well, that happened last night. There's my tent. I heard a huge landfall. That happened.
Camping in solitude and waking up to a massive tornado warning was scary and alarming, but I counted my blessings as I avoided the broken limbs and fallen trees and was immediately reminded how important it is to always trust your intuition. Words will never express how much gratitude I have for the angels and how trail magic comes at the most perfect time and how much it lifts the spirits. The trail really does provide. The Florida Trail has been more interesting than any other trail so far and definitely hasn't gone as planned, but that's what makes the adventure so bright and how I'm reminded to trust the process and ride the wave. As the time went on, I was reminded to count my blessings and search for the good. I stopped by Hillcrest Church where they allowed me to refill my water and prayed for my strength. It's remarkable how much you find God on trail and how He speaks to us in the most mysterious ways. I found angels that rescued me from a park and hosted me in their home, providing food, shower, and a bed. It's the people you meet along the way that you remember forever, and it's the perfect reminder to always stay humble.
Woo, had some rain yesterday, and it must have brought in the heat because today is hot and humid.
On day 13, I tackled Appalachian National Forest solo, where I hiked through my first ever swamps and had to give myself a pep talk about facing fears and believing in myself. I embraced it one step at a time. The fog was a different level of beauty, and as I struggled with cell service, it forced me to disconnect and take a step back, reminding me to stay present, embrace the challenges, be aware of my surroundings, and how there's beauty in every day, even if you have to search a little harder. Day 15 was emotional. I had to remember my why, embrace the suck, and remind myself how life is about how we choose to look at things. We can focus on the bad or search for the good. Life isn't about being ready, because waiting till you're ready doesn't exist. I wiped my tears away, continued down the swamps, and reminded myself the trail doesn't beat you, you beat it, and it's the things you learn in the process. To never let a bad day tear you down, and it's just a reminder to appreciate the good days even more. And as they say, when you feel like quitting, just push even harder.
Like I said, life works in the most mysterious ways, and sometimes you have to take a step back and find the beauty, and sometimes you have to search extra. You have to look harder, but it's there. God's creation's beautiful. May not.
The trail magic continued and my spirits lifted. I found a beautiful sunrise from the lighthouse and found all sorts of wildlife and scent marks, like turtles, birds, hogs, gators, and snakes. This part of trail also required a ride over the river. I stopped in the Shields Marina where they provided a ride super quick. If you're going Nobo, give the marina a call and they will have someone come across and pick you up, or you can always yell for a boater. Shout out to the good humans at JR's General Store where they reopened the kitchen to cook me a burger and allow me to camp on stage. Day 18, I hiked to the Akala section where this quickly became one of my favorites with the beautiful terrain, water, and sinkholes. This led me straight to another road walk where they were becoming longer and hotter. I did learn the trick of dragging my trekking pole across the pavement to avoid the situation with unleashed dogs.
A soda machine! Heck yes!
Hiking is your own individual journey, and every day I'm learning about how I hike, how my body moves, and how and when to push and challenge myself. I think that's why I enjoy hiking so much. It's you against you. Always be proud of your progress, small wins, personal goals, and how far you've come in life.
So I got pink lemonade flavoring packet, so we're gonna drink her down.
21 days and I made it through the Swanee section, where there was the Black Swanee River, sandy beaches, and elevation through the pines.
Ooh, Florida's got a little bit of elevation today.
It's easy to feel like a failure when you don't reach a personal goal, but trusting and listening to your body is key, and it's okay to slow down. On day 23, I took my first Nero, and it was the smallest day on trail. 4 miles, and I jumped into town where I got a room, shower, rested up, and I met the Bama team as they jumped on for another section. We enjoyed each other's company and made the most out of the rain and flooded trails. We took advantage of all the gas stations, town food, and ice cream. The tramway made its way back together at the Florida Collision for Peace and Justice, where we celebrated with good music, food, and other hikers.
Day 28 on the Florida Trail, and it is hot.
If you want something bad enough, you can do it. You can play victim or use it as fuel. You can find an excuse or find a way. We're all here for a purpose, and never, never, never give up on yourself. Day 29, I said my goodbyes to the guys and I continued down the trail solo. It's always so much fun to have the gang back together and see some familiar faces, and the adventure seems so much more intense. When I hike on, I have so many emotions to work through, but with some time and mental clarity, I'm reminded of my strength and why I started this journey to begin with, and the growth and goals to come my way.
The struggle of walking a mile to the grocery store, and it's no longer in existence. That rain came out of nowhere, and I am completely drenched.
I walked through a prairie field where I noticed a sunset. I decided to call an early night and watch the sun and stars and reflect on life. I was reminded of all the chapters and how everything in my life has led me to this exact moment and how everything is connected. The solitude and wildlife has made the Florida Trail stick out from any other and offers a different kind of peace.
Today I keep Laffy Tappies so I can read the jokes. So today it looks like, what animal is the cow talking to? The moose! And the second joke of the day, why don't trees use the train? Because they can never decide on a route. Oh, the joys of thru hiking and the things that you find to entertain yourself. And today's a Laffy Taffy. Happy day, beautiful humans. We are 32 days now on the Florida Trail. I hiked out before sunrise this morning and got ready in the dark and realized that my buff is inside out. But we're just gonna roll with it and hike or trash it. It is what it is, it's okay. Yesterday though was so challenging for me. I went about 9 miles with no water. The heat was just unbearable. Some of the trail was exposed. I went to 3 water sources and they were all dry. Luckily, I found this campground where I was able to camelback on some water, and things always work out. There was a lot going on yesterday, and when I got to my tent last night, I had a complete mental breakdown. But I woke up this morning and I realized today is a new day. And sometimes you have to have those bad days to help us appreciate the good days. And things always work out like it's supposed to. You just have to trust the process. So here's a friendly reminder today to never give up on the bad days. You got this. When you overcome challenges, you're just reminded of the strength that you can carry. So today's a new day.
Day 33, I paid extra attention to my emotions. I expressed gratitude and talked to God. I was reminded how things happen for a reason and how attachment plays a huge role in our everyday life. I rested on a tree, embraced the heat, showed appreciation for the wildflowers, and gave my feet a pep talk.
So 22 miles and I made it into Heathrow. I stopped at Duffy's Sports Bar and they were super nice, super hiker friendly. They were very intrigued what I was doing.
Hiking continues to remind me how much appreciation I have for the small things in life and how it doesn't take much to live so simple.
Happy day from the Florida Trail. Look how beautiful. I'm in love with this section.
I continue to embrace the heat and humidity and show appreciation for the perfect timing for trail magic. Day 37, I hiked 18 miles and I realized I had the longest road walk ahead of me, 32 miles. I hiked through the night and tapped out at my biggest day yet at 40 miles. I ended up stealthing by a bridge on a road next to traffic, gators, and hogs and just reminded myself how life is about stepping out of your comfort zone one day, or should I say one step at a time. I finished out the road walk the next morning. The road was exposed, not much shade, and the sun was hot and unbearable. I used Hyperlite's umbrella to block the sun, and the highlight of this day was running into the fruit guy and getting strawberries. It really is the acts of kindness that I'll remember forever.
Today is day 40 on the Florida Trail. We are still cruising. Today's humidity is 87%. I am wet and sticky. Like even my hair is wet. Like I could almost like wring it out. It's disgusting. But hey, welcome to Florida.
By day 41, I was 900 miles in, crossing burn areas, my feet destroyed, struggling with the heat and nutrition and to find water, but also trusting my timing for trail magic. I was also reminded we miss out 100% on the opportunities we don't take. The road walks was definitely the sketchiest with the high-speed traffic and tight shoulders, but I walked towards traffic and just paid close attention.
Guess we're doing some climbing.
I embraced the obstacles, walked the resort, and was so appreciative for the water caches as water became more and more challenging. During my journey, I also learned that you can see the space launches from Cape Canaveral on Treyl, and you can find the launch schedule online, and there's also an app for it in the App Store.
How cool. So I just found an orange tree and I shook the tree to make an orange fall out. And here we go. It's a little, I don't think it's ripe enough to eat, but I did make me a little hole and we're getting fresh orange juice this morning. How cool. Oh my goodness. This is so hard to walk in.
The canal walks are definitely hot and exposed, but they are perfect for sunsets and sunrises.
I was like, I can see the home stretch. I'm about, I don't know, maybe it's 130 miles to finish the Florida Trail, and then I have a bonus at 200 miles to Key West. And seeing the home stretch just makes my heart so full. This has been one heck of a journey, and I am ready to walk this out.
The wind is so bad today, but the breeze feels great. I think the winds are between 19 and 20 miles per hour with like gusts of 30, 31.
There were some moments on trail that was so magical, blissful, and rare that I'll never have words for. I feel like wildflowers is the perfect example of why we shouldn't compare ourselves to others. It's like each one is so different, but yet holds its own set of beauty. Day 47, I began walking through Big Cypress where the mud was thick, caked, and ankle deep. It was fun till each step became heavy, exhausting, and trying to suck my shoes off. I camped at Oak Hill Camp where this was my last available water source in the swamps as the heat was officially drying everything up. On day 48, I cameled up as much as I could and I started making my way to the southern terminus.
Oh man, so I just found this little shady spot. Not much of a shade here, but I got a little bit from that tree. I haven't had water in miles and I am scorched. But bright side, I have less than 6 miles to Oasis Visitors Center, which means I have less than 6 miles to finish this thing. And I think I'm more excited about water. I am very dehydrated. I can feel the brain fog. I feel very weak. We're almost there. We're almost there. Guys, I did it.
On day 48, March 7th, 2023, I fought for every step I could, one step at a time, and never stopped believing in myself. 1,109.7 miles, and the Florida Trail is complete.